Hey guys, it's Nat. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to apply the henna. If you watch the previous video, you'll see how I prepared the henna. You can apply your henna in two ways. You can either use an application brush like what you would see or use for a relaxer, or you can use like an applicator bottle. It's the weekend of Hurricane Sandy and I'm in New York. So not a lot of beauty supply stores are open, and I didn't have an applicator, so I just kind of, improvised and found a little mustard holder and decided to use this instead. So you can funnel your henna into this. Okay, so I have sectioned my hair into 4 sections, and I'm wearing gloves. It's very important because henna does stain. The shirt I am wearing is an old shirt that, obviously you want to wear something you don't really care about that much. You don't worry about it getting stained. So I have that shirt on, and I actually cut like a little slit down the back so that way it's easy to take off. I don't have to pull it over my head. So either wear like a button-down shirt you really don't care about, or if you have a shirt that you don't care about, like cut a slit down the back so it's easy to take off and on when you're ready to wash your hair. Or whatever. Another thing that you can't see is that I have put an old tablecloth that I don't care about on my bathroom floor because I don't want to get anything else stained. And then on my sink I just have like paper towel that I've placed here just so I can kind of quickly wipe anything off, making sure nothing stains. Alright, so some people use petroleum jelly. I like to use shea butter, so I'm going to just take some shea butter and I'm going to place it on my hairline here. And this is just to prevent, a lot of the staining from the henna. So you're just gonna, it's just like how people do relaxers. If you've ever had one, if you've ever seen one done, you just want to protect your neck. Because it may drip, and you want to protect your sides, you want to protect your ears, all that good stuff. So I'm just going to place the shea butter around my edges and on my ear, and just make sure that all of that is protected. Great. Alright, so next step is to actually apply the henna. So I'm going to start with this section first. And my hair is still straight from when I had it straightened, not so straight because, like I said, I had been working out, so it's super frizzy. But what I'm going to do, hopefully you guys can see this, going to kind of separate the hair here. And just as you would apply a relaxer, you're going to apply your henna. Now what's so great about this is that the way I make my paste is it goes on a lot easier and a lot cleaner than most hennas. A lot of the henna treatments I've seen, it looks really watery, and that's not good. It shouldn't be watery. Also, another thing that I've noticed is that some people, their henna looks really grainy on their hair. And this is what I think pretty much about people who complain about henna and henna treatments and say they're not good. A lot of people complain about the fact that the grains from henna, that it somehow rips the hair shaft. Now, the reason I soak my henna overnight and make sure there's tons of oil in it, and that I've used some, tea water, which helps to dissolve it a bit, is to remove that graininess, to make sure that the grains aren't so rough. And so this henna is very, very smooth. And like I said, I've noticed some people's henna doesn't look very smooth, and I think the reason why is because they're not applying the right amount of moisture to their mixture. And they're not letting it sit overnight. They're not letting the henna sit in oil, which helps to add moisture, helps to dissolve all those grains. And I think that's what people kind of complain about. So you want to make sure that your henna is not grainy. Sometimes people buy cheap henna. You also want to make sure that you're not buying cheap henna. You want to make sure that, you know, some of them actually say it's henna for hair. Some people say, oh, it doesn't matter if it's for hair or if it's for your skin. But the one I purchased was definitely marketed towards hair. And, you know, I think it does make a difference. Also, another thing with henna is that you just want to make sure that it has a nice smooth consistency, and you'll find that if you make it like I made it in the first video, that you have a nice smooth consistency, that it's not really watery, and then you know that you have really good henna. If you start making your henna and you touch it and you feel grains on your hands, don't use that henna. It's not good. You do not want to use that henna. So, like I said, you just have to be really careful. It's better to have wasted the money and throw it away than to, you know, insist on using it and severely damage your hair. That's not what you want to do. So I'm applying my henna from root to tip, and you just want to massage that in, get it all in your hair, and then you can do one of two things. You can either put it in the clamp, you know, roll it back in the clamp like I had it before, or if you have issues with tangling, you can 2-strand twist it into one big section and then use the clamp. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that it stays off of your body, because henna does stain. So I'm just going to roll mine up, stick my clamp back on, and now I'm going to work on the rest of my section. This is my last section, and I'm just finishing the henna here and adding to my tips. And do you see the consistency of this? That's what I'm talking about. It's not that watery consistency that I see a lot of people have. You just want to make sure this has a lot of moisture, a lot of moisture. Okay, so I'm probably going to maybe go through my hair another time to make sure it's as moisturized as I want. And then I am going to wait 3 whole hours. Yes, I know that sounds crazy, but this is going to stay in my hair for 3 hours. So I'm going to just do some things around the house, and that'll be it. I'm going to show you guys once it's rinsed out, but I do want to talk about one more thing before I come back to show you guys what else I've done with this treatment. So I haven't watched too many henna videos online. I've only seen a handful. And I noticed that some people use conditioners in their henna treatment. I've spoken to 3 different people about henna treatment, and I've never been told to put a conditioner in the actual treatment. What I have been told is that after rinsing out your henna, you need to do a deep conditioning treatment. So I just want to let everyone know, from my experience, you deep condition your hair after you do the henna treatment. So right when I rinse this out, after the 3 hours, I'm going to rinse it out, I'm going to apply a deep conditioner, and I'm going to sit under my Beautiful steamer. And that's a 20-minute treatment. I'm going to put a plastic cap on top of this for 3 hours. Yes, wear a plastic cap for 3 hours with this in. Take it out, rinse it, apply my deep conditioner, and sit under the steamer with no cap on. That's a 20-minute treatment. I rinse it out, and then I go about my regular routine. But like I said, I have seen people put conditioner, and a lot of times they'll say, oh, use a cheap conditioner. And I think maybe the cheap conditioner is a substitute for what I use, which is the yogurt. So it could be their substitute, but the yogurt is a lot more pure. It has less ingredients than a conditioner. It's going to have less alcohol than a cheap conditioner. So I prefer to just go ahead and use the yogurt instead, but always follow up with a deep conditioning treatment. Alright ladies, so that is it. I am going to do some things around my house and clean up my bathroom because, you know, you don't want this stuff sitting around too long. I'm going to wash my hands and all that stuff, and I got a little bit of henna on myself, and you can expect to get some henna on you. But I'm going to slap on a plastic cap, and then I'll be back to show you guys what my hair looks like after I've rinsed out the henna. Alright, see you guys in a bit. Okay guys, I'm all done rinsing out the henna. So let's just do a couple of things really quickly. Okay, so this first picture is my hair after 3 hours of sitting with the henna in it. Then this next photo is my hair, this back section right here, rinsed out just with water. And then this photo is my hair completely rinsed out after I've done my shampoo, after I've done my co-wash. This is what my hair looks like. So it's kind of dry just a little bit, but hopefully guys, you guys can see that my curls are definitely really bouncy. My hair, obviously I wish you guys could feel my hair, but it feels so moisturized. And like I said, a lot of people sorry guys, I just hit my camera, but trying to get as close as possible so you guys can see my hair. It's really moisturized. You can tell that it's so full, and really you don't see that much staining on my scalp. I don't have too much staining on my scalp from the henna. So next steps. Alright, so the next step is to apply my deep conditioner, and I will be using the Luscious Locks Hair Mask, the deep conditioning treatment by Karen's Body's Beautiful. You guys are familiar with this. I did a review on this, and if you haven't seen the review on that, I will provide a link to that video below. And that is it. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to sit under the beautiful steamer for 20 minutes. I am going to rinse my hair out, and then since I'm wearing a wig, I'm going to try to get my hair as pliable as possible. And I'm going to just do a flexi rod set. And I know I haven't done a flexi rod set tutorial yet, so I may actually film that tonight as well, and then I'll do a separate video on how to flexi rod set curly hair. So this is it guys. Stay tuned for more photos.